What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be explaining how we do a whole recycling program for used tires, or how you should properly recycle tires. I'm going to be showing you guys and walking you guys through how we get those tires from the time they unmount them from the customer's vehicle, and then they go ahead and sort them out so that they can resell them, and then they can go ahead and I guess deal with all the waste right through these machines. We cut them, or they cut them, the team, and then they waste them that way. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start. Also, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more content like this. I have a lot more content coming up very soon. This is going to be a short and sweet video, so without further ado, again, let's go ahead and begin. All right, guys, so the proper way to pretty much recycle most of the tires coming in is, as tires are coming in, vehicles come in, they get those old tires out, and we start sorting them all the way over there. You guys will see a whole bunch of mountain of tires that we have removed or uninstalled to put the new ones in. Once that stack over there, we physically inspect them one by one, and then we start putting them in bins like these for the tires that can be resold. Because a lot of these tires, either customers just wanted to change them, but some of these still got some pretty good life in them, so they're not necessarily trash. They can still be resold. And the best part of it is that we didn't have to pay anything for it. It's pretty much a free tire. So again, we will go ahead and mark them and label them right here, and then everything that's trash, we'll start putting them over here in this side. Once we've defined that they're no good, they will go pretty much in line to be destroyed and wasted, which again I'll show you guys in just a moment how that works. But then once we also have them over here, they'll kind of go into this process, or this bin right here, where they will start to label them by the size. They'll actually put a light coat of paint, of black paint, which again I'll show you guys right here, just to make the tires look a little more fresh. Some shops like to clean them, wash them, but that sometimes takes a little too much work and water and mess. So a light coat of paint just does the deal. So for example, right now with this machine, we found out that the blade broke. This is kind of common with this machine. This machine actually seems pretty ingenious. It just seems like it has a motor and like a chain, just turns and puts a blade on the sidewall of the tire. Obviously the side of the tire is where there's no steel, so it's a bead and the side of the tire. So that's pretty, ideally, recycle companies really like this because you could resell it for a pretty good amount of money, and then you can do this tire dust that they use in soccer fields and playgrounds and stuff like that. The thread itself has steel in it, so it's a little bit more hard to recycle, but they still use them. For example, some construction companies or road building companies have been purchasing the material once it's shredded as well. So again, that's how recycle companies use this material. For us here, I guess it's a lot easier to just put in a dumpster. Normally when we fill out a dumpster truck, it's roughly 300 bucks for us to unload maybe 200, 300 tires. But if we buy or rent this dumpster, we could fill a lot more than 300 tires into one bin, which the bin is around 350, 450. At the end, if we could do 3 or 4 trucks within this bin, we're saving money when wasting tires. Ideally, we should be selling these rings, these sidewalls, because like I said, these would go out for pretty good money, especially if you already have a shredder, or if you could eventually buy a shredder. There's another machine that removes the bead because there's a big bead. The bead is full of steel, so you could technically remove the bead and then just shred the sidewall. And then the sidewall, like I said, is pure rubber. You could recycle and sell that fairly quick. But yeah, I mean that's how it works. So it's over there. The bad tires are in that stance over there. Next step is to remove the sidewall. Once the sidewall is removed, they will leave the casing of the tire, or the thread part of the tire, and that's where we will use this other machine, which is a cutter. So we will put the tire right here, and it will cut the tire like this way, and then we can just throw it over there. And that's how we fit most of our used tires, into a bin. You gotta watch out though, because some recycling companies do have restrictions on weight, and obviously if you put all these tires into this recycle bin, it could become extremely heavy to the point where the company can't even move it, and then you have to unload tires, and it's just more work. So be sure to talk with your recycling company on how that works. Now you guys see labels installed, and now it's cutting the sidewall again. Alright, so that was a quick tour, guys, of how a recycling program should look like. Again, in-house, so I'm just doing it here in-house. We do have another machine in another store that inflates and checks the tires for bubbles and all that stuff. But right now in this specific store, the way we just check if they're good or bad tires is just based on when we uninstall these tires, we mark them if they're bad, and if they're not marked, then that means that they should still be able to be resold. We do get here and there tires when we sold them and we're installing them and they had a bubble or something. Of course, we will remove that tire and cancel the sale if we have to, or just get another size in that similar, another tire in that same size. But it's impressive to me though when I hear sometimes some shops telling me that they have to pay or they spend in their waste. And to me, honestly, there should be no reason why you should be spending money on your waste, because if you have a recycling program just like this one, and I call it recycling, really you could call it a reutilization of tires program, but recycling just sounds easier. If you have a recycling program in place, you can see how if you're installing 100 tires, and out of those 100 tires, eventually you determine that 40% of the tires are resellable. Well, that's around 100 tires, that's 40 tires already that can be sold. If you just say, hey, you know what, we're gonna make $10 on average per tire, which even if you can't sell them on your retail store, you could always go and resell them in the wholesale market for 10 bucks. At least in Vegas, 10 bucks is a very aggressive price. So that would be already 10 times 40, that's 400 bucks that just paid just from that program, right? And then if you still count that, for the waste, of course, that does come in with some people have to cut, some people have to do all that stuff, fill the bins, but we're technically only spending around $450 for the bin a month. Well, every time we fill it, but I would say capacity wise, there's a good chance of fitting at least I would say 1,000 tires. I might be wrong on this, okay? I'm not 100%. We just started doing the bin not too long ago, so I still don't have those numbers right on point. But before, like I said, we were loading a truck. Someone was driving to the recycling facility, dropping off the tires. I had to do that actually a couple times, and it was a lot of work. It's not fun, it's hot. Just spending time in the line to get into the recycling facility. I mean, it's just a big waste of time, and it's still expensive. It was like 250, 300 bucks for the box truck, and it was only like 250, 300 tires. So if we could put 2 or 3 of those box trucks there, technically we would be spending around $900 for waste before. Now we're only spending $450. We did have to invest in those machines. Ironically enough, the company that built that sidewall cutter, they're located in Kingman. I believe they even have Kingman, Arizona. I believe they have a YouTube channel as well. I'll try to see if I can find it, but I haven't visited or met them myself, but it would be nice actually. I might just do a field trip one of these days and go visit them. But they do more machines. They do the bead cutter, they do the sidewall cutter, they do the shredder. So you know, they're like a full recycling equipment kind of company, you know. But we did have to invest in those types of equipment to kind of save ideally towards the long term, you know, in our recycling program. But like I said, we don't do as many tires as we would like. If we could centralize all of our waste here and then have, you know, a lot of those tires being recovered, I can see that this program alone can make some money, you know, because again, if you're getting 100 tires in, and you can get at least, and 40% is way too low. I really feel that there's a good 60 to 80% of the tires that come in can still be resold. If you don't feel comfortable reselling used tires, you can always resell it in wholesale market. Like I said, you don't have to install them. You just say, hey, look, all these tires in bulk, 10 bucks a piece, take them out. If you're reselling them yourself, so there's some tires that you can sell for 25 bucks all the way to 80, 100, 150 per tire installed. So again, very, very lucrative business. And I believe I have some more videos on used tires, so I'll be sure to leave some links below here. So, but anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, a quick tour of how that recycling program works. For the coming videos, I will be having more technical training knowledge coming up. So if you're interested in that, feel free to subscribe, smash that like button. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Comment below, what is it something that you would like to see or know or learn, to kind of help me brainstorm some more content for this channel. So again, thank you so much, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your day. See you guys next time. Peace.